Memorial weekend here in the office, setting up new furnishings, tearing down old furnishings, um, organizing. Tomorrow, Sunday, I'm gonna have a meeting with my aunt and my cousin on showing them how to build a Shopify cart, build a Shopify website to sell. Um, just tore all these posts here. They were this big incline pole for my clothing business, but we just tore it all down. We made this an office now. So yeah, just putting in hours, putting in the work, and then tomorrow, you know, helping the family out, teaching the family how to fish, so they can go and hunt their own food. You know, when we talk about retirement, sometimes for our family, if you guys are talking about it, I mean, I got to be realistic. I'm 32. My parents should be retired by now, but they're still working, and I'm in the fifth, 4.5 years building my first, big business, and it's still a small business, but it's the first big venture. I'm thinking about my parents retiring now, and I'd rather teach them how to fish so that they can survive. If I'm not around, they can still know how to fish, but if I'm not around, what are they going to depend on? My life insurance policy or my bank account at the end of the day? Like, that's dumb, right? Because eventually it runs out, it runs dry. So this weekend I'm going to go and teach my uncles, my aunt and my cousin how to fish, which is how to set up a Shopify store from basics. Apparently they're still operating on the old business model for their businesses, which is traveling, trade shows, air flight tickets, hotels, the booth setup, overhead, and they that's the old business model. It doesn't work right now. It doesn't work anymore. It works for some people, the big dogs, but general population, like, we know the internet's the next big thing, so we got to do that. We got to learn that shit. We got to adapt, in other words, because if you're not adapting, like, you're gonna die. You're gonna survive, just like any other species that have been extinct. Charles Darwin, the most powerful scientific theory of all time, is what you can. It's not about how strong or smart you are. It's about how adaptable you are, and if you can adapt, great. But if not, doesn't matter how much money and how much whatever you got. Mother Nature's gonna wipe you out, or an event, or a crash, or a stock market, whatever the case may be. I see so many businesses go out of business in the 2009 crash, and because if you analyze all of them, and I'm not bad mouthing anybody, sorry, I know, like, I got my shirt off, but it's super hot here right now. Got the AC pumping, and then got the fan pumping, but it's burning here. It's LA anyhow. So just looking into the future, I want to be able to set up my family as best as possible by teaching them how to fish. And if they know how to do that, and God forbid if I'm not here, knock on wood, they can still take care of themselves. You know what I mean? Carry the legacy. Anyhow, checking out. Just wanted to document the building out and moving stuff around and getting organized for the weekend. Next week, my employee is going to be out of town for a week straight. She's going to be in Houston helping out, putting in some effort in giving back into the Houston the flooding going on right now. So yeah, man, set up your parents, man. Think about how they're going to retire. Even if they have retirement, it's another thing too, where they may be bored as hell just fucking sitting on money. They want to be doing something. They want to be active. There's scientifically, it shows that if people just retire from a busy lifestyle and they just stop, they might as well be dead. You know what I mean? Like, they're not doing jack with their time. Like, how many of your parents that or you've seen other parents just retired, but every day they're constantly just at the house, maybe once in a while go bingo, and they're depending on you to drive them around for whatever financial reasons, right? My point is, you gotta think about their future, because that's your future. You gotta, if you don't set them up now for the next 5-10 years, they're gonna be chewing on your pockets. So you gotta think about, your pocket as well as their pocket, and how to help them out. I mean, inform them on how to adapt to the new wave. This is the future here. This is, technology is constantly changing, changes the way we do business, change the way we do communicate, changes the way everything, like, and that's why it's so important for us to just adapt and just teach your parents, give them the knowledge on how to adapt, on what the new info is, and just giving them some life, like, that's fun, that's enjoyable, that's interaction. Like, you don't want them sitting at home alone picking their nose for 8 hours a day for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years of their retirement, and then calling you and bugging you and see when you're going to come over to their house and visit them because they're bored as hell. Like, give them some new tools, give them some new things in life so they interact with the world too, because they got a world of knowledge to share with the world. Like, they've been through more experience and working hours than we have, so maybe they can do something like this, or whatever they find for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, just teach them how to use the internet. So yeah, anyways, teach.